Hello everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Just wanted to go over with you, have been running the system as usual. Um, just wanted to talk about the position here that has been taken on. We have here at last night, today is the 17th of October. So last night at at 23:54, we had ZRX move up 10.25%, met all the conditions. Going to talk about this move and to confirm the theory that things seem to be working pretty good. Hopefully you've been watching my past videos. So here what we've been noticing is the big news for ZRX, which was the big move at the 10%, was yesterday, 18 hours ago, ZRX was added to Coinbase, so you can now buy and sell ZRX. So that really, obviously here on Binance, moved it up. This is an hourly chart. So if I was to pull up the chart here for the daily, this is October. This bar here, this green one, is up quite a bit on the 15th, and then the next day it moves up. So when you move it into the hourly, 1 hour, which is what we like to track, you can see here that there was a big move here, but as you know, my system will not take any form of negative moves. But then, lo and behold, we have here a series of up moves, and then right here, as you can see there at the bottom, 10.16 at 2300. That is probably when my system caught it, and boom, it caught that bar, and it moved up 10.25%. So theoretically, it does move. Now, the other thing I have been looking for, which is really critical, if you go into or my RDM here, Redis Desktop Manager, you know I have this table here called Remove Negative Crypto. This seems to be holding steady quite nicely. When you look for, in here, it was ZRX BTC. When you look for it, it doesn't even register. I'll even reload the database to give you the latest data. When you go in here, all you gotta do is just look for ZRX BTC, and there's one here on the 15th, which is today at 10:06. So just lately, so that all I have to do is just do this. So you can clearly see here that there's some negative moves. So that was removed from my watch list, and specifically right down here. Yeah, so you can, the negatives come off on this MACD, and the volume's tapered off too. So the volume did build last night, and it has dropped off. So in theory, things seem to be working quite nicely. Let's just see here. So we have, I'm just looking for any ZRX BTC. So we have ZRX, we talked about that. And this is over the last 24 hours or so, actually last number of days. See, that's the only ZRX that has been removed. So in theory, oh, here's another one. So yeah, so both of these have been removed for both Ether and against Bitcoin. Thing is, I've talked about this numerous times in my new little course that I've talked about, which I talk about these concepts, but this is just another one of those days where it does work quite nicely. And right here, we caught this bar. But when you look at these here still, these zero moves, again, for anyone new to this, this is this column right here is the rate of change percent. So again, that's up 10.25%. All these other ones at zero are closed out as they are approaching zeros. That's why it's zero. And I have ways to eliminate these moves or positions now but there will be the odd one, as I said, ZRX BTC and ZRX Ethereum. When they take on positions, there might be some ones that will still get on here, but the majority of them I'll be able to prevent from being added as a new position. So that's pretty well it. I just wanted to just show you that this seems to work. People are saying that the volumes of Bitcoin are dropped off. Let me just check to verify that. But yeah, I mean, if Bitcoin's volume has dropped off, the theory that I had about 2 weeks ago, where the volatility was so strong that it would oscillate over a 24-hour period, it would come back to the weighted average of this, as you know, would hit 1 when you average these moves. When you look at my back end of the system here on the analytics, and you look at let me just see if I can find it. Yeah, right here on the weighted average, and you can clearly see that this theory is questionable when you get a story like this, like a news story where ZRX has been added to Coinbase. I think just ZRX on its own will be totally independent of this theory, of this oscillation of this weighted moving average that I've used for. Once this hits 1, then you go into aggression because everything's up. So, but when you track leading into it, so let's say, let's go back on October 15th, the weighted average was negative at 1745, sorry, 49. On the 1820, which was last night, 1821, the weighted average was negative 0.242. So that means that everything was kind of down. So as the market started to pick up at 2146, it was still negative, but it was pretty close to positive. But at the end of the day, it was still negative here at 2216, down 0.08. That's 0.08%. And then it did go positive at 2355. A minute before that position was put on with a 10% move for ZRX. You can clearly see here it was positive, but it wasn't aggressive. So it was this news of Coinbase adding ZRX that added a lot of this volume here, as you can clearly see. And there's no news of this thing at all. And if I looked at the daily, yeah, there was obviously along here that my system took on, and I think even took on a couple of positions, but ended where there was no moves. But definitely there is a pattern along here of some big moves are ready to happen, which it looked like was yesterday, and yeah, yesterday pretty well, and leading on to the 15th. So it was like insider trading or something, that people knew that this was going to come and was to be announced. So as a result, ZRX did take off and had a kind of nice move. So I just wanted to show you that, and we shall talk to you soon with another interesting video. Later.